A very good morning, children. Today we are going to study class 9's from Moments book, first chapter, The Lost Child. This is written by Mulk Raj Anand. He is an Indian writer. Let us see the brief introduction of this chapter. The Lost Child is the story of a small child who gets lost in a fair. He had gone with his parents to the fair but loses them when he gets engrossed in looking at a roundabout swing. The story highlights the bond of love and affection that the children shares with his parents. Before losing them, he had been demanding different things like sweets, balloons, flowers, swings, etc. Once he loses them, he is picked up by a stranger. The stranger tries to quieten the child by offering him all these things that he had demanded from his parents. But the child doesn't want them anymore. He wants his parents first. It was the festival of spring. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. Some walked, some rode on horses, others sat, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. Wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys means in the winter season the narrow lanes were full of shades. Emerged means came out. Galley means happiness. Clad means covered. Brimming over means to be full of something. The story is set in the spring season. As the winter season had just ended, all the people came out of their houses. They were cheerful as the chilling cold weather had ended. People conveyed through different modes food, horses, bamboo carts, and bullock carts. A little child was accompanied by his parents. He ran excitedly and often banged into his father's legs. He was full of life, excitement, and laughter. Come, child, come, called his parents as he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. He hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call, his eyes still lingering on the receding toys. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. Word meaning lagged behind means was left behind, fascinated by, attracted to, lined the way, were set up along the way. Lingering means lasting for a long time. Receding means left behind as he walked ahead. Suppress, put an end to. Called without any feelings and emotions. The child was attracted to the toys which were displayed at the various stalls. As he would be left behind, his parents would call him to come with him. He hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call, his eyes still. Means the child was obedient and would walk towards them on being called, but his eyes would keep on looking at the toys that he wanted. As he reached them, he doesn't control his desire to buy a toy. He was familiar to the reaction that they would give. He knew that they would stare him, indicating denial, means they would refuse him to buy that toy. The child knew the emotionless way in which they would stare at him. I want that toy, he pleaded. His father looked at him red eyed. Red eyed means in anger, in his familiar tyrant's way. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender. Tender means soft. And giving him her finger to hold, said, Look, child, what is before you? Tyrant means a cruel and oppressive ruler. Melted means became tender and loving. The child was unable to control his desire any longer. He said that he wanted to buy that toy. The father's eyes became red, means he became angry. He looked at the child just like a cruel ruler who was trying to oppress him. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender and giving him her finger, said she became emotional and she gave her finger to the child to hold and guided him to a place. She asked him to see what was in front of. It was a flowering mustard field, pale like melting gold as it swept across miles and miles of even land. A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings. Bustling means crowding, means gathering, intercepting the flight of a lone black bee. Lone means alone, or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. The child followed them in the air with his gaze. Gaze means ghurna in one direction. Till one of them would still its wings and rest. He would try to catch it, but it would go fluttering, flapping. Fluttering, flapping means फड़फड़ाते हुए पंख फड़फड़ाते हुए उड़ गई up into the air. When he had almost caught it in his hands, then his mother gave a cautionary call. Cautionary means careful, means to be careful. Come, child, come on to the footpath. It was a flowering mustard field, means there was a vast field full of bright yellow colored mustard flowers. They seemed like flowering streams of gold and were widespread. A group of dragonflies, black bees, and butterflies buzzed around, sucking the nectar from the flowers. The child looked at them as they flew around. When one of them sat somewhere, he tried to catch them, but the tiny creatures would fly away the next instant. The mother called out to him as they started walking down the footpath. Pale means dull, colorless. Gaudy means bright. He ran towards his parents' galley. Galley means happily. And walked abreast of them for a while, being, however, soon left behind, attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out from their hiding place to enjoy the sunshine. Abreast means side by side and facing the same way. Teeming out means to power or empty out. He ran towards his parents happily. He walked next to them, but after a few steps he stopped to see the insects who were coming out of the soil. Once again the child was left behind. Come, child, come, his parents called from the shade of a grove where they had seated themselves on the edge of a well. Edge means kinara, well means kuwa. He ran towards them. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove, and forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hands. Gather means collect, but low. He heard the cooing of doves and ran towards his parents, shouting, "The dove, the dove." The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. Grove means a small wood and group of trees. The parents called him. They sat next to a well under the shady trees. The child once again ran and joined his parents. As a child entered the shady forested area, he was welcomed by a shower of flowers. He forgot his parents and started collecting the petals that had fallen. Just then he heard the cooing of doves and was excited to see them. He started chasing the birds, and in the process, the petals fell from his hand. This shows that as the child got attracted towards the next thing, he forgot what he had been doing. Come, child, come, they called to the child, who had now gone running in wild capers round the banyan tree, and gathering him up, they took the narrow, winding footpath. Winding is ghumavdar, which led to the fair through the mustard fields. As they neared the village, the child could see many other footpaths full of throngs. Throngs means crowd, use crowd, converging to the whirlpool. Converging means gathering. Otherwise, converging means changing to the whirlpool of a fair, and felt at once repelled and fascinated by the confusion of the world he was entering. Fascinated means attracted. The parents called the child, who was running and playing around a banyan tree. They lifted him and walked down a narrow, twisting lane through which they crossed the mustard field and reached the fair. As they were about to reach the fair, the child saw huge crowds of people walking from all directions towards the fair. The dense crowd scared him and he stepped back for a while, but the next moment he got attracted to the mind boggling crowd of humanity. A sweetmeat seller hawked gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, jalebi at the corner of the entrance. Entrance means gate. And a crowd pressed round his counter at the foot of an architecture of many colored sweets, decorated with leaves of silver and gold. The child stared open eyed and his mouth watered for the barfi that was his favorite sweet. I want that barfi, the slowly murmured. But he half knew as he begged that his plea would not be heeded. Heeded means paid attention. But because his parents would say he was greedy, so without waiting for an answer, he moved on. Heeded means paid attention to. As the entrance of the fair to one corner, a sweet meat seller had set up his shop. He was selling various sweets like gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, and jalebi. The sweets were displayed at the different heights and were covered with foils of gold and silver. The boy's mouth watered. Then he cited his favorite barfi. He expressed his wish to get one in a low voice, but he knew that his request would not be accepted by his parents. They would say that he was greedy for the barfi. As he did not expect that his demand would be fulfilled, he walked further. A flower seller hugged a garland of gulmohar, a garland of gulmohar. The child seemed irresistibly drawn. Drawn means attracted. He went towards the basket the child, where the flowers lay heaped, and half murmured, I want that garland. But he well knew his parents would refuse to buy him those flowers because they would say that they were cheap. So, without waiting for an answer, he moved on. The next stall was of a flower seller. He announced that he was selling garlands of gulmohar flowers. The child wanted one of those. He walked towards the basket of flowers and again basket of flowers and again announced his desire to have one in a low voice, but he knew that his demand would not be accepted. They would refuse to buy him the flowers as they would say that they were very cheap. Again the boy walked ahead without expecting a reply from his parents. A man stood holding a pole with yellow, red, green, purple balloons flying from it. The child was simply carried away by the rainbow glory of their silken colors, and he was filled with an overwhelming desire to possess them all. But he well knew his parents would never buy him the balloons because they would say he was too old to play with such toys. So he walked on further. Overwhelming means a very strong emotion. The next thing that the child came across was a balloon seller selling balloons of different colors of the rainbow. The boy was attracted to the shiny colors of the balloons and wanted to have them all. He knew that his parents would not buy the balloons for him as they would reason that he was too old to play with them. So the child walked further. A snake charmer stood playing a flute to a snake which coiled itself in a basket. Its head raised in a graceful band like the neck of a swan, while the music stole into its invisible ears like the gentle rippling of an invisible waterfall. The child went towards the snake charmer, but knowing his parents had forbidden him to hear such coarse music as the snake charmer played, he proceeded further. Forbidden means not allowed. Coarse means unpleasant. Then he paused as a snake charmer who was playing a flute, and the snake was twisting its neck to the music. The snake had coiled itself in a basket and had raised its head out. It bent and moved its neck gracefully like a swan. It seemed that the music of the flute was heard by the snake's invisible ears and created the effect of a waterfall on it. But it swayed its neck in a similar way. The boy walked towards the snake charmer, but as his parents had warned him to remain away from the unpleasant music played by such men, he walked further. There was a roundabout in full swing. Men, women, and children carried away in a whirling motion, shrieked and cried with dizzy laughter. The child watched them intently and then he made a bold request. I want to go on the roundabout. Please, father, mother. There was no reply. He turned to look at his parents. They were not there. Ahead of him, he turned to look on either side. They were not there. He looked behind. There was no sign of them. Then he saw the roundabout swing. It was full of men, women, and children who were enjoying the ride. The boy watched the people on the roundabout and then, with a lot of courage, he expressed his desire to go on the roundabout. But the parents didn't reply. He turned towards them. He saw that they were nowhere to be seen. He looked around and behind, but his parents were not there. A full deep cry rose within his dry throat, and with a sudden jerk means push, of his body, he ran from where he stood, crying in real fear. Mother, father, tears rolled down from his eyes, hot and fierce. His flushed face was convulsed with fear, panic stricken. He ran to one side first, then to the other, hither and thither in all directions, knowing not where to go. Mother, father, he wailed. His yellow turban came untied and his clothes became muddy. The boy cried loudly, jerked his body, and ran here and there, calling out for his parents. He was full of fear, and tears started rolling down his cheeks. As he wailed and ran around, his turban opened and his clothes became muddy. Hither and thither means and there. Having run to and fro in a rage of running for a while, he stood defeated. his cries suppressed into sobs. At little distances on the green grass, he could see, through his filmy eyes, men and women talking. He tried to look intently among the patches of bright yellow clothes, but there was no signage of his father and mother. Among these people who seemed to laugh and talk just for the sake of laughing and talking. Intently means carefully. After some time he gave up. The loud cries turned into mild sobs. Sobs means सिसकियाँ. धीरे धीरे सिसकियों में चेंज हो गई उसकी जो loud crying थी. He saw some people standing and talking and tried to find if his parents were among them. The laughter and talks of the people were meaningless for the child. He was simply searching for his parents. He ran quickly again, this time to a shrine to which people seemed to be crowding. Every little inch of space here was congested with men, but he ran through people's legs, his little sob lingering. Mother, father. Near the entrance to the temple, however, the crowd became very thick. Men jostled each other. Heavy men with flashing, murderous eyes and hefty shoulders. The poor child struggled to thrust a way between their feet, but knocked to and fro by their brutal movements. He might have been trampled underfoot. Had he not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice, mother and father, a man in the surging crowd heard his cry and, stooping with great difficulty, lifted him up in his arm. Congested means full of. Thrust means push. Brutal means harsh, rough. Surging means powerful. Hefty means large and heavy. Knocked means hit. Trampled means crushed. The boy ran towards a temple which was crowded with people. He ran through the legs of men, calling out for his parents. The crowd was pushing each other as he neared the entrance of the temple. The boy got scared of huge strong men who stared people with their murderous eyes and pushed them with their strong and big shoulders. The boy could have been crushed under the feet of the men had his cries not been heard by a man in the crowd. He lifted the child in his arm. Means a person came there after hearing his cry and he put him in his arm. Otherwise, though, the child would be crushed between the crowd. How did you get here, child? Whose baby are you? The man asked as he steered clear of the mass. The child wept more bitterly than ever now and only cried, I want my mother, I want my father. The man tried to soothe him by taking him to the roundabout. Will you have a ride on the horse? He gently asked as he approached the ring. The child's throat tore into 1,000 shrill sobs and he only shouted, I want my mother, I want my father. Soothe means relax. The man tried to relax the child by taking him to the roundabout swings. As the man got the child out of the crowd, he asked him how he had reached there and what were his parents' names. The boy cried even more and repeated that he wanted to go to his parents. Then he took him to a roundabout swing. He wanted to relax the child. He offered him a ride, but the child cried more bitterly and loudly as he wanted his parents only. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute to the swaying cobra. Listen to that nice music, child, he pleaded. But the child shut his ears with his fingers and shouted his double pitched strain. I want my mother, I want my father. The man took him near the balloons, thinking the bright colors of the balloons would distract the child's attention and quieten him. Would you like a rainbow colored balloons? He persuasively asked. The child turned his eyes from the flying balloon and just sobbed. I want my mother, I want my father. Pleaded means requested. Double pitched strain means usage of a lot of force. The man started walking back on the same route which the child had taken. So he took the child to the snake charmer. He asked him to listen to the nice music being played by the snake charmer. The child shut his ears with his fingers and screamed loudly that he wanted his parents only. The man took the child to the bright colored balloons, hoping that he might get cheered by seeing them. He offered a balloon to the child, but he turned away and wept for father. The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the flower seller said, Look, can you smell those nice flowers, child? Would you like a garland to put round your neck? The child turned his nose away from the basket and reiterated his sob, I want my mother, I want my father. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets, the man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. What sweets would you like, child? He asked. The child turned his face from the sweet shop and only sobbed, I want my father, I want my mother. Bore means carried. Reiterated means repeated. Disconsolate means very unhappy and unable to be comforted. Charge, a person or thing entrusted to the care of someone. The man tried to make the child happy and took him to the flower seller. He asked him to smell the fragrance of the flowers and offered him a garland. The child turned his nose away and he refused to smell the flowers that he wanted to buy earlier because now his priority was to get his parents. Finally, the man took him to the sweet meat seller and offered to buy sweets for him. Still, the child did not want his favorite sweet but wanted his father and mother. This is all, students. I hope you have understood and liked the video. Thank you for watching the video.